Hey guys, so I got a video comment on my sleep paralysis video from ParanormalResearcher, and they gave me a suggestion or some questions to answer for another video that I thought would be pretty cool. So I'm going to answer those. I wanted to do it now before I forgot because my memory is really bad. And so here they are. First one, do you have any experiences with dark spirits? I have an experience with a spirit. I wouldn't really, I don't know if it was really considered a dark one. Um, my mom and I did live in this house for a little while that we thought was haunted. And the reason we thought this is because we would experience like doors opening and closing by themselves. The way my room was set up, it was a 3-story house, and so my room was on the second floor, and I had a window by my room, and my room was right at the top of the steps. And so whenever somebody was coming up the steps, like my mom, I could hear her, and so there would be a lot of times where I would hear somebody like coming up the steps hard, like it sounded like they were running or something, and I was thinking, oh, it's my mom coming up. And then she would never come into my room, and the only reason she would come upstairs was to come into my room. And so that was pretty scary. And at first I thought it was just me, but my mom described hearing the same thing one day when she was home alone, so she knew it couldn't have been me. And I would also hear a voice. It sounded like a little girl, and I could hear her talking or laughing sometimes, and it was really scary at first, but over time we just got used to it and wasn't really very scary anymore, except to other people who came to visit and they could hear it too. Next question. Have you ever noticed any unexplained scratches or claw marks or been attacked by a ghost? Possibly, and the reason I say possibly is because I have woken up and noticed like scratches, sometimes pretty deep scratches, and they mostly show up on my arms or my cheek or my neck. And I don't know if this would be the spirit or if it's just me doing it to myself in my sleep, because I do sleep really badly and move around a lot and do all sorts of stuff. So I'm not sure if that was from a spirit or not. It very well could be. I don't rule it out. Question number 3. If so, where did you find the marks? I answered that one already. Number 4, have you ever had any bad dreams or visions that you were the subject of a ritual or being surrounded by dark figures? Yes, I have. In the dream, it was, I had been kidnapped, I guess you could say, and there was this like cult thing going on. I don't remember the whole dream, but I remember being like strapped down to the ground, and it was like this drawing on the floor, and people were in dark robes. kind of the stuff you see like in movies. It was really freaky, and I have bad dreams quite a bit. Not as much as when I was a kid. I used to have nightmares like every night, but now they're not every night now. Next question. Other than feeling sick or nauseous, have you experienced any strange feelings in the tummy during any of these encounters? No, I can't say that I have. I feel a sense of somebody else being there, or maybe a sense of dread, but I don't think I would say I felt anything in my stomach. Number 6, did you notice any particular health problems at any time during these encounters? No really health problems. Nightmares aren't really a health problem. It's a sleep problem, and so is sleep paralysis, which is something I've already made a video on, and that's like the kind of encounters that I have with seeing things, whether you want to call them spirits or something else. And last question. What is the scariest story involving demons or inhuman spirits that you have ever heard or read? This one would probably only make sense to people who have been there, but my dad used to always play tricks on me and tell me scary stories. And there's this theme park. We have Six Flags. And there's a mine train ride that I used to like to go on. So you go on the mine train. It's basically like a children's ride, kind of like an older child ride. But you go on the mine train, and it takes you into this old saloon. And the saloon is set up with mannequins and, in different forms and stuff. And so when I was about maybe 6 or 7, I think, my dad told me that the mannequins were actually real people. They were spirits, and they were going to come to life. And so for the longest time, I was scared of that ride. I would still get on because I just felt like pressured to get on with everybody else. But every time I knew we were going into the saloon, I would close my eyes like really tight. And they have like music playing in there, like kind of like fast piano, old timey music. And so that's the scariest story that I can think of. When I hear stories, they don't scare me as much as seeing them. Which brings me to the last question. What is the scariest movie involving demons or inhuman spirits that you have ever seen? Easy one for me, that would be the original Exorcist with Ellen Burstyn and Linda Blair. I first saw it when I was 12 going on 13, I believe, or 13 going on 14. Watched it at about 1 in the morning by myself, and it just terrified me really bad. But I still think it's one of the best horror movies ever to this day. I'll watch it. I actually have it on DVD. I watch it all the time. It doesn't scare me anymore. The other one that was pretty scary to me was the Babadook, which I found on Netflix. If you have Netflix streaming, it is still on there. Babadook is spelled Babbadok. And it was I believe it's an Australian movie. But I wasn't really expecting much from it. But it was actually pretty creepy. So that's probably the most recent movie about a spirit or a demon that has scared me. It's a pretty good movie. You guys should check it out if you're into, scary movies. It has some jumps in there. It's not like completely terrifying, but it does have its moments. So I hope I answered all the questions well. If anybody has any more questions about stuff that they want me to make videos of, just let me know, because I'd be really happy to. So, bye guys.